But I wanted to just come live and just talk to you guys, but also just share what was on my heart. Is that we're at the beach today, and I was just thinking, damn, this is my life. Like, this is my life. Like, I am chilling. I'm with my son, with my man, and we sit here eating fresh poke, and we're living the life. We're living our life. Hopefully the sun will not beam down on my camera and turn it off. But I was just thinking, like, damn, I would have never imagined that I would have this life, because I was thinking about back in 2017 when I left my life, when I left my family, I left my job, I left my apartment, I left my boyfriend at the time, I left everything because my soul started calling me. I didn't know what it was. But it was my soul calling me and being like, it's something else. You got to get ready. And when I received that call, that's when I left. But I would have never thought that going to a cult would have got me here in Hawaii. See, don't ever judge your journey, because you never know where it's going to take you. Trust your journey. Go on the flow of your journey. Honor your journey. Your journey may not be pretty. It ain't supposed to be pretty for everyone. And if you real, you ain't expecting it to be pretty, because you got work to do. You got growth to do. You got shedding to do. And it's not going to be comfortable. So when I joined that cult, when I left my family, when I put myself out there to the world, you know, and there was moments where I was humiliated. There was moments where I felt defeated, felt worthless when I was a part of that experience. But I knew that experience was everything that I needed to have to get me where I wanted to be. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I knew that if I wouldn't give up and I kept going, that it was going to take me somewhere. So now that I see myself here, 2022, and I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm filled with love, I receive love, and I'm here in Hawaii. It's like I'm living my life. I'm living my best life, and there's still so much more to come. And I didn't let anything stop me. I didn't let any setback stop me. I did not stop myself from having to grow and experience. And that's what being a part of a cult did for me. It was things that I had to face within myself, and there was things that made me face my power, made me face my light. So sometimes you have to go into the darkness to recognize your light. And I didn't know my light. I didn't know what that looked like. I wasn't familiar with it. But once I realized what my light was, there was nothing no one could tell me. And I didn't care how it was going to unfold. I do not care how my life is going to unfold. I trust it. And I do not care what others think about my life or what my choices. You know, I don't care, because I'm not trusting in you. I'm trusting in my life. I'm connected to my source. I'm connected to my soul. And that's all that matters. And I ask you today, are you living the life that you want? And if you're not, why? What is stopping you? What is stopping you from living the life that you want? What is stopping you from hearing the call to your soul? Because I'm no better than any of you. I'm not chosen for this. We all are chosen. Only few will take that call. Only few you will pick up that phone and be like, hello? Like, so that's the only difference. What is stopping you? Think about what it is. It doesn't matter if it's small. It doesn't matter if it's big. What is stopping you from living the life that you want? And you can share in the comments, because that's all it takes, is for you to know what is stopping you. And I can sit here and say, oh, it's you. Of course it's you that's stopping you. But what is it about you that is allowing yourself to stop you from living the life you want? From connecting to your soul and expressing that? Because the people that you admire and the people that you envy, that's all they did was to connect to their soul's calling. And they're expressing that in the form that they choose to express it in. They're no different than you. Lucky Charm Pisces said, how did you start your journey from the beginning? Well, it kind of started way before carbonation, but my journey actually started with my dad. My dad came back into my life, and then when my dad exposed the church to me and exposed who Jesus was, and then I started doing home church, and it was kind of like a little home church cult or whatever. He would never admit that it was a cult, but it was a cult because we ate the same, we dressed the same, like we just did things all together, and we were disconnected from the outside world. And that experience put a shift in my mind that the reality that you live in is not the reality that you live in, and you have to become aware of what reality is. And so that was the start. And that was back in 2009. But in 2017, when my health started taking a dive, it was my health that awakened me. It was my health that had me started searching for the truth, because I knew that the way I was living was not righteous. I knew the way that I was thinking was not righteous. I knew the way that I was eating was not righteous, but I did not know what to do. I didn't have the answers, so I started searching. And when I started searching, I ended up finding what is called carbonation now, but I ended up finding that cult. I ended up finding that message over there, and I followed it. And that was back in 2017. I followed it. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. And that's how it really got started, because it brought me to the awareness of myself that I would have not been able to see without that experience. Okay, she said, my problem is I worry about what others are going to think of me and what they will call me and tell me I am. Yeah. And that is Lucky Charm Pisces. Since you're the only one talking to me, girl, you and I gonna talk. That is one of the biggest things, obstacles for people, is that they care more about how other people are connected to their source more so than you are connected to your source. Because the things that people are saying to you, it is coming through their projection. It is coming through how they see life. So you trust how they see life more than you trust how you see life. And that's all it is. When that happens, you just have to ask yourself, do I trust your perception of life in myself, or do I trust myself and my perception of it? And the reason why you might be shaky and may not trust yourself is because you have not identified what it is that your values are, what it is that you believe in. And stand on that and connecting to your soul, like really doing the inner work and connecting to yourself and listening. You have to learn to listen to yourself, because when you listen to yourself, that is source speaking to you. That is your soul speaking to you. See, we're looking outside of ourselves. We're looking for Jesus or Allah or the Most High to come and send us this magnificent message. And as long as, and if I can hear its voice, then I will be saved. See, we've all been bamboozled with that lie, and it's just not true, because the same energy that Jesus had, him and his Father was one, because Jesus knew who it was. And you have that same ability. You have that same ability. You and the most infinite intelligence, your source, are one. Your source cannot be who it is without you. Because without your body, without your mind, the source cannot be, because your body is the vehicle. Your mind is the vehicle that allows source to be within you to direct you. It cannot, source isn't no higher than you. You and source are one. It's just like you having a body, but you have no breath. You and consciousness is one. Consciousness will just be the breeze in the sky, but consciousness needs you to be able to express itself. And this message about religion has really humbled us that we forgot who we were. So that's what I hear when I hear someone say that they're afraid of what someone thinks of them. It's because you've been programmed to think there's something greater than you. And there isn't anything greater than you. Because even that person talking, it is your thoughts that allow you to give it power in the first place. Lucky Charms said, I want to do the homeless journey and live in my car. I want to go up from living on my car to in a house and then buy a house one day. Well, you got to ask yourself why you want to do that. Because when I was homeless, it wasn't something I was like, yeah, I'm about to do this. No, it was something that happened. I was like, I'm about to do this. It wasn't something I'm planning on doing this, because it's like, it's one thing to like want to do something different with your life, but the one thing that I will say that I learned is that you don't want to run away from your life. You don't want to think that if I do this, it's going to make things better, because at the end of the day, you're experiencing yourself. And you might have to do that. You might have to run away from Babylon and leave the system and the white man to really realize that the only thing you're running away from is yourself. No one hinders you but yourself. I don't care what color skin you have. I don't care what gender you identify with. No one is hindering you but yourself. Remember that. Nobody ain't stopping you from doing nothing or being anything that you want. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When I was out there in them streets, child, when I was out there on the internet in Costa Rica, like, it was a lot of things that I did that I was very uncomfortable with. And people talked about us. People lied, child, said whatever they wanted to say. And it didn't matter, because you know what? Those same people that were talking about us were the same people that we were inspiring, because we kept moving. We did not care. I did not care. Shoot. I didn't care what people thought of me. And the same people that were talking shit about me 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, are the same people today talking about, girl, I'm so proud of you. Oh, I'm so happy for you and your family. Da, 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 da. Like, shut up. So you're the same person that'll turn around and be like, you shouldn't be doing that. So don't worry about what people say. I take what people say with a grain of salt, you know. And I ain't saying that I don't care what people say. I just don't let it stop me. Because the reason why we care about what people think of us and say is because we are community creatures. We want to be accepted. That's a part of your nature, and it's okay. You don't want to be out here in this world alone. So that is why, you know, you care about what people think, but you have to be selective with the people you want to have in your life, because the people around me, like, they already know I have a boundary and a standard for my life, and if you can't adhere to them, we're gonna have to have a conversation. I don't be around all different types of people because I have a standard, but I'm also not out here solo dolo, because I know I cannot fulfill my soul's calling without people in my life. My family is my life. It is my calling to have a family. I'm not here to be by myself. And even with me and Rebel, we know we're not here to be just with each other. We're not here to fulfill each other. That ain't what we're here to do. You know what I mean? We're here with him and I. We're here for a greater purpose, and we know that. And even me coming on camera today talking to you, it's like I had to remember that I am a beacon of light for some of you, because somebody was a beacon of light for me. Like, regardless of their character or whatever, they were a beacon of light for me. Without them putting themselves out there, I wouldn't be here today. I really wouldn't. And I don't want to get so high on my high horse or have a big ass chip on my shoulder, get my shoulders all out of alignment because I've arrived to a beautiful place. No, I remember the people that helped me. I remember the people that put themselves out there so that I could remember who I was. And that's all it's about. Just remember. You just forgot who you were. You just forgot. That's it. Nobody has the answers. Nobody is better than you. They just remembered who they are. And it is your responsibility as a person that remembers who they are is to help another person remember who they are. And that's my mission. That is my mission in life, is to help you remember who you are in whatever way that I can do that. If that means me putting myself out here and showing you the real me, my insecurities, then I will do that. Lovely. Okay? I will do that. Like, and because it's not about me. It's not about me. It is about me, but it ain't about me. It's about me and you that I'm getting to. Because I know I'm connected. You are connected to all consciousness. And once you know that, you move differently. You just do. And I ask you today, because I know there's different time zones, I ask you today to sit with yourself quietly. And don't meditate. Just let the thoughts go through your head. But just sit with yourself quietly and listen and ask yourself, soul, what do you need me to do? Soul. You can say soul, you can say source, whatever you want to say, whatever word, or however you want to identify it. Ask it. What do you need me to do? What direction you need me to take? I am ready. I'm scared, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Please show me the way. And when you do that, you're opening yourself up to the answer. But when you say, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know what my calling is, who hears that? Every cell, billions of cells in your body. But when you start asking the questions, and when you start opening yourself to, I want to be guided, please guide me. What is the next step? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? Who hears that? It is just millions and billions of cells. Because see, they have DNA within them. So they have the source embedded in them. So when you ask the right question, to ask the right code, you are opening the code within the DNA to the Akashic records and receive the code to move. You don't even have to worry about moving. Your cells, they know what to do. You just trust and you just move with it. And that's when you be meeting the right people, having the right conversations. Things just come to you like, oh my God, I'm abundant. Because you followed the call. You moved. You allowed your cells to move. Your cells have lived many, 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 many lives. See, right now you're just present to your conscious, to your present moment. But your cells, they have lived many, many lives. Your cells know where you've been and know where you're going. So you have to open yourself as a portal to let your cells lead you. Oh, I'm thankful, Daisy Bassett. This might be a little deep for some of you, and this is coming through me. This is something that just came through me right now. You are ancient. You are so many years old. See, your mind has got you connected in the program. If you knew who you were, you know that you are infinite. You are infinite. So what that means is that you are capable. You have everything that you need. It's just your mind is keeping you in the box because it is a part of the game for you to remember, for you to grow, for you to shed. It's a part of the game because if you already knew, what's the point of living? What's the point of living? You already know. So that's why when you hear things, you think, oh my gosh, deja vu. Because you already know. You've already experienced it. That's where deja vu comes from, because you've already did it. And then when you ever meet someone and you were like, man, I felt like I've known you for years, because you do. You've known this person way back when. You just forgot. So that's just like your life. You just forgot what life is for you. You forgot. You think that your life is in your apartment. You think your life is in your little measly job that you know you can't stand. You think your life is just in your bank account, negative red. You think that's your life. You think this is it. But no, this is just your character that you've taken on and that you choose to stay in. But my life is a testimony, y'all. Because I remember telling you, I went to college, got a degree, had a career. I was making over $60,000 a year with my career. I hated it. Oh God, I hated my life. I hated when my alarm went off. I hated it. I hate it when that alarm went off. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And my bed nice and warm and it's cold and I gotta get up to deal with these people that I do not like. And be told what to do, be told when to eat, be told when to pee. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, when we talking about we free, nigga, we're still slaves. We still slaves. We just got better accommodations, okay? We slaves. But then but now it's like when I look at my life, y'all I don't have a lot of money, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because you wanna know why? Because this right here, this don't cost a thing, child. This don't cost a thing. Look at this. Look at all these people chilling. Some here for vacation, some here living their best life. Look at my man over there, my baby. They just chilling. And it does not cost money to live this life, but it definitely requires discipline and surrender because we don't have a lot of money. But I get this, but let me tell you, we may not have a lot of money, but we got our time. Our time is valuable. We can do whatever we want to do with our time. We can get up when we want to. We can go to sleep when we want to. We can eat when we want to. If him and I want to go to the beach and work, we can do that. We can do whatever we want. And that is how life is supposed to be for you. You should be able to do what you want, but you have to believe that. I can sit here all day and tell you that. But it does require discipline because we may not have a big old house, but we have a home, a beautiful home. We may not have a fancy car, but we got a car, okay? And we have enough money in the bank to do what we need to do when we need to do it. And we ain't millionaires, but we have enough. And then that's when life started getting good for me. When I realized I don't need to be a millionaire or a billionaire. I just need to tap into my enoughness and be appreciative of what I have and take care of what I have and cherish it like it was the best thing. Like with my family, I love my family. They ain't perfect. But let me tell you this, I'm a good damn wife. I do the best that I can. I make sure my family eats. I make sure they have a clean house. I make sure my child's been taken care of and has the life that he needs. I make sure my husband, he has what he needs to be the man that he needs to be. Is there room for improvement? Hell yeah. Definitely. But I take care of what I got. Yeah, I could sit here and pine and wish I had another man or wish my child could be like this, but I don't. I have what I have and I'm going to take care of it because I'm showing my universe. I'm showing the source within me that whatever I got, I'm going to do what I need to do to take care of it. And the more that I put that energy out there, the more the universe is going to be like, okay, you can have more of that. You can have more of that. And just like being at the beach, honey, it's lovely. I can go to the beach anytime I want. Anytime I want. That's more than money for me. I can move and go anytime I want. And I remember the time where I couldn't do that. I remember the time where I had to put in PTO to ask somebody if I could go somewhere. And if I didn't have enough PTO, then I couldn't go. They told me when I could go, when I could leave, and I wasn't okay with that. I wasn't okay with that. So you have to know that sometimes when you choose to follow the calling of your soul, it is going to require sacrifice. It's going to require you to let things go. And you may not be ready to let go of that comfortable life. See, it's comfortable. Don't act like that shit ain't comfortable. Where you know you're going to clock in and clock out and you're going to get your paycheck, you're going to have food, and your life is pretty mundane and it's the way that it is. You know you comfortable. Don't act like, we ain't going to sit here and act like it ain't comfortable. But what I'm saying is, what is preventing you from listening to your soul? Remembering is that you don't want to be uncomfortable. You fear the unknown. What if I'm not capable? What if I'm not good enough? What if I die? See, you think about those things. What if you do die? What if you aren't capable? Then what? So you gotta face yourself. You have to face yourself. And when you face yourself, you face all parts of yourself. You face your demons. And most of you don't want your demons to be revealed. Because once your demons are revealed, then they come to the surface. Then they no longer can control you. So you gotta let those demons come to the surface, because you wanna know why? They're embedded in the dark so they can control you. But when you bring them to the light, they no longer can do what they can do, because the light, the demons cannot stand the light. So it is not you that is holding you back. It's the demons within you. And those demons, you want to know what those demons are? Demons are just negative thought forms. It's your thoughts. See, the demons are in your thoughts. So you thinking the demons is the devil and he gonna come and take you to hell in his red picket of pork. No, it is your thoughts. See, the demons are in your thoughts. They control you through your thoughts. And then when you bring it to the surface, they no longer have control over you. But you must go into the darkness. You must identify what your fears are, so that you can kill those demons within, so you can truly heal yourself. See, healing never goes away. You will always go through healing. Like even with me, I still go through healing. The healing is just not, oh, I got healed, praise the Lord. Like, no. Healing is whenever you decide to grow, there's going to be remnants of something that you're going to have to face, that's going to come to the surface, that you're going to have to deal with, handle, rectify with. So even in your relationships, your intimate relationships, they're going to constantly make you grow, because you're dealing with their demons and you're dealing with your demons. You're dealing with your childhood trauma, you're dealing with their childhood trauma. It's always things that's going to come up, but you decide what you want to do with them. They don't define you. It's just that you decide, do I want to grow in this, or I want to just stay here and be rooted and just let my leaves just fester and just, you know, it's really up to you. But your childhood trauma and your triggers do not define you. They're just there to show you yourself and how you handle life. That is it. They're just showing you you can either self-regulate or you can put the blame on someone else. But it's really about you coming to the point of self-regulating your life. And what self-regulating means is that when you are triggered, because you will be, are you going to communicate? Are you going to set that boundary? Are you going to set that standard for your life when that trigger comes? Or are you going to blame the other person that they need to be doing this, they need to change, and then you're giving them the power in your life? And you don't want to do that. And it's just like with the demons. You do not want to give demons power over your life. You must learn to self-regulate. When those negative thought forms come, you need to tackle them on. There's two things you need to do. You need to change your perception, or you need to take action in those by setting a boundary, by creating a standard, by getting clarity, by communicating. Because remember, it's this negative thought form. So in order to change the thought form, you need to change your thoughts. And by changing your thoughts, you need to speak, you need to feel, you need to connect with your feelings. You are responsible for how you feel, no one else. You are responsible for that. No one. So if the person pissed you off, no, they didn't piss you off. You're pissed. You're pissed. They didn't do anything. So that's the first thing you need to start identifying, is when you're putting your control into someone else's hands, you are always in control. Remember, you are controlling who you give your control to. Okay? But this is where it starts. This is where it starts, y'all. I went off on a tangent. Y'all, I'm just letting it flow. I'm just letting it flow, baby. I'm just letting it flow. This is what today feels like to me. I'm just letting it flow because I see my life and I allow my life to flow. And I'm in Hawaii eating poke, fresh poke, with my beautiful man, partner, with my beautiful baby. We're just chilling. We chilling. This is what life is supposed to be about. We chilling, yo. And I want this for you. I really do. It may not be Hawaii, but it might be something for you to come into your calling, to at least know the direction. See, for me, the direction of my calling was to join a cult. That was the direction of my calling, and I went there. But that doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to do. That's just what that I was supposed to do is to join a cult, to discover who I really am, to discover what was holding me back, to discover my demons, to discover my light, to discover all of that. So regardless if I'm there or not, I found the blueprints in my life, and no matter where I am, I'm gonna be straight. Because me and my husband were like, we could be homeless again. That shit was nothing, because we were homeless. We was literally sleeping in a tent on the beach. We had nowhere to go. When we had money, but where we was at, they had no vacancy because it was height of tourist season. So they either didn't have no vacancy for us, or they would not let us stay because we had a baby. So we had no other choice but to sleep outside with the crackheads, with the druggies that night, and it was very scary. My husband can tell it was scary because we were like ducked off in a tree in a tent, and Zen was a newborn, and he was like 2 months old. So I had him like 2 months ago, right? And I just remember hearing the people howl and cackle, fight, police cars, and at any moment we could have got arrested. And then we had a newborn baby, so they could have taken our son from us. But you know what? Me and my husband were like, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep going. And we put our lives on camera to show people, and people made fun of us. People talked shit to us. People called me an unfit mother. People told him he wasn't no man. But we did not let it stop us, because we knew what our purpose was. We knew what was required of us. So whatever fears you have, you will have to face those fears. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it is just a thought. And you change your perception to how you choose to look at it, because now me and my husband were like, we could easily be homeless again, and it would not bother us because we know what is required. We know what to do. We know we can get out of it easily, because that was a big fear of mine, to be homeless. I did not want to be homeless. I did not want to be without. I have Pluto in the second house, Saturn in the second house, so money is an issue for me. So when that happened, I was at my lowest point, and I just remembered that day. I was just sitting there on the grass, and this woman came up to me, and she gave me food, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm homeless, and I looked like a homeless person because this woman came up to me and gave me some food, and I was hungry, but I definitely was not to that point where I was going to be begging, but I didn't have to, because the energy I put out, she came to me, and that's when I knew. I'm like, damn, I hit rock bottom for myself. Like, and I have a Leo moon, so we have a high regard for ourselves, and I hit rock bottom at that moment. And once that happened, I was free. I was free. And I know that's something that you want. I know you want to be free. I know you want to be happy. I know you do. I know you don't want the light that you have right now. I know. But the first thing you must do, you must open yourself to look for the truth. And the truth looks different for many people. But there's only one destination, okay? But the paths, there's many. And I know you just want something different, but you just don't know what to do. I've been there. And sometimes I get there sometimes, especially when I'm on the next level of growth. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't know what to do, Rambo. Like, but I got the formula, and I put my big girl panties on, and I do it. I just do it. And then when it's not really the time for growth, I just sit back and I don't make myself feel bad. I don't make myself feel bad. Your life is already prepared. And if you're listening to me, and if you resonate with me in some way, I'm your beacon. I'm your little lighthouse. Be like, hey, come this way, but make sure you don't hit the building. And I have signed myself up to be that, to be a universal force for those that want to come into their calling, want to come into their freedom, their joy, and their love. I'm here as your servant, as your friend, to help you in any way that I can. But first and foremost, you must help yourself. Okay? No one can get you to the promised land but you. But I will tell you this, it sure feels good when you have somebody support you. It sure feels good when you have someone that can tell you can do it. It sure feels good when you have somebody to hold you accountable. You're not here to do it alone. I didn't do it alone. I didn't come into my power, to my freedom, to my joy, to my happiness, to my fulfillment on my own. I did not. I had teachers before me that helped me, that pruned me, that broke me down. Child, they broke me. But I got built back up. And so it's my testimony to my life, to my journey, to give back to that and everything that I do. So I thank you guys for listening today. I came on here because I wanted to ask you that question. But I'm in such a state of gratitude, you know, and joy and confidence. I feel very confident today. And sometimes I don't feel confident, but today I feel confident. And when you feel confident, relish in that confidence, because you know every day you don't feel confident. You know every day you don't feel love. You know every day you don't feel freedom. But when you do have those feelings, really marinate in that and remember that feeling. And the more that you milk it, your universe, your source, or whatever it is that you call it, will get the signal and give you more of it. It'll give you more. But if you focus on your downfalls, if you focus on what you don't got, and if you're crying, you're blah, the universe gets the signal and gives you more. That is law. If y'all want to know the law, that's law right there. What you put out, you get. There's two laws that I live by. What you put out, you get. Okay? And all is mental. Everything I'm experiencing is in my mind. My mind will not allow me to experience nothing but what my mind will perceive it to be. That's the two laws that I live by. So, I love you. I feel very inspired today, and I know this can help someone.